Sometimes in life we may go through adversities or setbacks, but once you tap into your true being, nothing can get in the way of the joy inside your heart. Live every day with gratitude, because this life is an amazing journey. Hey everyone, Janine here. I wanted to make this quick video so we could talk about the different kinds of binding styles that you would find when you actually purchase or you publish your book, and also the different sizes that there are. So let's get right into it with just the basics. When it comes to a book, there is different terminologies that you need to know. So there's just a journal. This is the head of the book, the tail of the book, the spine of the book, and then there's the crease. So usually with a journal, what I tend to see is a stitch bound. Probably can't see it, but normally on a journal, there are stitchings inside the crease. I personally don't like stitch bound. I feel like it comes apart a little bit easier, and sometimes I need to rip a page out and it's kind of difficult to do that. So for me, I don't really like stitch bound, but you will typically see them in some books or some journals. Now let's talk about spiral books. Some books might have a spiral to them, usually journals do. Sometimes businesses will produce different books or pamphlets and they'll have a spiral on it. You don't typically see this in an actual book that you read. Then there are what's called paperbacks. Paperbacks are softcover books. Again, there's head, tail, and the spine. With a paperback, it is a little bit easier to bend, makes it a little bit more comfortable to read. And then we will get to a hardcover book, which is called a case-bound book. A hardcover book is obviously hard. It is easy to kind of open, but you don't have that flexibility of like bending it over to read. You can if you want to, but you might break the book. I love hardcover books. There's just something about them, how they feel. I love the sound of like how, I don't know, I just love it. So those are the different kinds of binding styles. Now let's talk about the different sizes that books come in. The first size that I'm going to talk about is a 5x4. It's super tiny. And this book is actually Pocket Motivation 101 by Y. Nelson. He's actually one of my amazing friends. He wrote this book and it's just called the Pocket Motivation 101. It's super small. It can fit in your purse or your back pocket. It's flexible, it's soft cover, it's convenient. I love it. The next book I am going to talk about is a 7x4. Again, The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I love this size. It's tiny and it fits in my purse. So it's something that I can take with me. I can take on a trip in the airport, you know, wherever I need to go. It's just super, you know, it's tiny and it fits on my hand. I like that it's soft cover because I can bend it and do what I need. Then we have 8.5 by 5.5. Again, the Brendan Burchard Motivation Manifesto. Guys, this is actually my favorite book ever. I've read it 3 times and I will probably read it a 4th time. This size is perfect. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. Again, it fits in your purse. It's soft, it's lightweight, and it is a hardcover book. I love this book. The next size is an 8.5 by 5.5. This is where the books start to get a little bigger. So 8.5 by 5.5, it tends to start to get a little heavy. This one is soft cover, so you can still bend it and read as you please. So 8.5 by 5.5. And then we get into 9 by 6. Now this is a big book. I normally do not like books this big, but this one was written by Brendan Burchard, High Performance Habits. It is a big book. It's pretty thick. It's hardcover, so it tends to be heavy. It's not my favorite kind of size or style, but for some people, they enjoy these books. And then last but not least, we have 8.5 by 11. This is a children's book. This is My book, Feathers in the Sky. As you can see, it's 8 on this side. It's a little bit longer. For children's books, this is the standard, but there are smaller ones that usually get cut off at about 10 inches. For a children's book, they usually only have about 35 pages, so this is very, very thin, usually colorful on the inside. I love hardcover books for children's books just because they last longer. You know, kids, they throw books or they might write in them, and this just lasts for a very long time. I love it. I love the sound of it as well. I feel like it's going to, you know, withstand several generations. So this is a children's book. So depending on what kind of book you decide to go with when you are reading a book or whether you are looking to publish, it honestly doesn't really matter. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It just depends on what you want and your needs for your book and for your audience too. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Me personally, like I said, I love this size. I love, love, love hardcover books. I just love the presentation of a hardcover book. But again, there is no right or wrong way to do it. You choose what feels right for you. You choose what's going to work for you and your audience. And I really hope that this book helped you guys. I hope that I answered some of the questions that you might have had regarding, you know, the different binding styles and the different sizes. If you have any questions at all, please leave a comment below. Make sure that you subscribe. Thank you guys.